Hello, people. It's I, CFK Crew, here to bring you a rant. This right here is a rant. If you do not want to hear a rant, you can watch something else. So I just finished watching WrestleMania 32, and I'm not happy. I wasn't initially. I was not unhappy. I was, moderate. I was like, yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it's decent. Right, right. Um, I feel like they botched that. They did not do that the way they should have done that, because that was not great. That was pretty bad. I can't say anything about, like, I can't be hyperbolic and say that was the worst WrestleMania ever, because I've only seen like what, two WrestleManias or something, and I've seen clips and stuff. But I don't I have to watch every WrestleMania, which I'm not willing to do at the exact moment in time, especially how pissed I am at the product right now. Whew. Anyways, I'm gonna go through the card and my feelings and my opinions. This might be long, this might be short. Who knows? So first off, the United States title match that opened the show, the pre-show. Um, I thought it was a pretty decent match. I was certain that Ryback was going to go over and attempt to build him up for Roman, because I heard rumors that Ryback was going to get a push uh, for that. But the fact that Kalisto managed to retain, that's pretty good. That is pretty good. I recognize the reason why they put this on the pre-show and swapped it with the armbar. We'll get to that later though. But overall, I had nothing too bad to say about this. I still feel like Ryback versus Kalisto is not a really entertaining matchup. I say Kalisto should be really fighting guys that are a bit smaller. I mean, I understand that he works with big guys. That's always what he's done. Since almost always has a size disadvantage. Um, I do feel like they played well on Ryback being, this huge monster. But I feel like if you want to do that, push Ryback as a monster, you don't put him up against a small guy, because everyone's a monster to him. So if this is about Ryback, then I don't feel like this is adequate. Thinking it's about Kalisto, I feel like you could have found someone else who could have put on an entertaining, balanced match. Um, maybe kept on the main roster, on the main card, but there's a reason for that. Next, the tag team match, the 10 women tag team match. Uh, yeah, I have nothing to say about it really. Um, Lana's wrestling attire was strange. Uh, Not saying I'm not a fan of One Pieces. I mean, One Pieces, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I just felt like, I don't know, it looked weird on Lana. Besides that, I mean, just get the women on the card. Uh, I the Nikki Bella coming out at the end, that was a nice touch, I guess. With the neck brace and all, that was okay. I recognize that Brie was going to get the pin. Uh, I'm trying to remember who she pinned. I think she pinned Naomi. Was Naomi? I think she pinned Naomi. Uh, I'll prefer if she pinned, I don't know, Tamina, maybe. No, Summer Rae. Should have pinned Summer Rae. No, pin Lana. Duh, pin Lana, because I feel like Naomi is the one out there you want to protect the most, because she's the next viable, competitor for the divas that are on the main card. You know what I'm saying? Uh, so I feel like you wouldn't want to have her take the pin on his pre-show match. Granted, it's a pre-show match, but it's a pre-show on WrestleMania, so it's still an important match. Nevertheless, then we have the tag team match: the Usos versus the Dudleys. The crowd were not behind the Usos; they were fully behind the Dudley Boys, and this is something that we're going to see constantly throughout the show, which is that the WWE have this really dire problem where they have not built people that if you watch the product for a while, the people that you are more likely to cheer for are the people you have been with the most. You have history with, you have knowledge of. and they have not built up young guys to surpass that. Especially not the Usos. The Usos are okay, but with the fairly smarky crowd, they're not going to get a lot of cheers. And when they beat the they beat the Dudley Boys, and then the Dudley Boys tried to table them, and then the Usos stopped that, and then the Usos themselves put them through a table. The crowd still booed. They got the table still, but they just don't like the Usos enough. They like the Dudley Boys too much. Honestly, if you're going to have the Dudley Boys, I feel like you can't have Dudley Boys be heel right now. They're they're not going to get cheered. There's no one that they're going to get booed against besides the New Day. Which gets us to... Wait, is this New Day next? No. Next is the Intercontinental Championship ladder match. Now, if you know me, or if you've talked to me in the last few weeks, you will know that I fucking called it. Sorry about that. I thought that going in, that they're going to have this ladder match and have Zack Ryder go over. And I felt that Kevin Owens was going to be the guy who was going to get it. And then at the last minute, Sami Zayn ruined it for him and got himself, eliminated or pushed out of the way. Like maybe they're both at the top of the ladder. And then KO's about to get it. And then Sami tosses both of them over the side. And then, Zack Ryder goes up. Pretty close to what happened. Except, Zack had to actually fight back. And The Miz got involved too. Which I'm assuming that means The Miz is going to have a feud with Zack Ryder, which I'm okay with. Miz is a good heel to work with, and I feel like Zack Ryder, he got over by himself, and that's a testament on how skilled he is on the mic and how good of an overall wrestler he is. I mean, he's not a particularly flashy wrestler, but he's certainly serviceable. Like The Miz, people shit on The Miz saying he's not a good wrestler. Miz is a very, a sound wrestler. Nothing flashy, but, he does what needs to be done. And he makes up for it with microphone skills. I feel like Zack has a bit of that in him. I'm very happy with the way this ladder match went. I'm not happy with the fact that it was first. Now, don't get me wrong. It was not like I'm saying this is a bad match. A bad match is warm the crowd with. I just feel like this would have been an opportunity to put, I feel like this should have went on later to help out with the fact that, the main event was going to be shit, which it was. It still was shit. The best thing about the main event was Triple H's entrance, like it always is every year. But yeah, the ladder match was good. It was a solid match, a lot of spots. I think it was The Miz got laid on that ladder outside the ring. Or was it Stardust? And Kalisto. Sin Cara started climbing the ladder. I'm like, I see that spot. You don't have to do it, Sin Cara. Kalisto did a spot. You don't have to do a spot too. You get one spot per tag team a year. I guess it's a new year, but it's still the last 12 months. But nevertheless, I think it was a good match. Then we had AJ Styles versus Chris Jericho. And Chris Jericho won. So, my problem with this is that Jericho winning means one or two things are going to happen. It means either Jericho is staying, he's going to get a run as a main event heel of sorts in 2016. I'm a huge Jericho fan. Like, Jericho's my second favorite wrestler of all time. Between right behind Edge and right in front of He Who Shall Not Be Named. But I feel like this is the wrong decision. AJ Styles is such an incredible worker. I feel like you really wanted to build him up as a guy you would want for your Intercontinental title picture. Maybe not. Maybe it's Vince, so he's not going to really appreciate these indie guys, coming in company and then just being at the top. So he's not going to get a main event push for real. He might, have a match against the main event heel or something, or he'll have a feud, but he won't touch that main event, the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. But I feel like he's been the perfect guy to be your main Intercontinental Championship guy. You have a ton of people who are in that Intercontinental Championship title picture, which kind of leaves the U.S. title picture like uh, the very obvious deficiency and workers who you really want to put in there. I don't know. The belt's toxic. Cena did the best he could, but no one cared about the belt. They just cared about the Cena. Doesn't matter if you beat the like, having the U.S. belt meant you beat Cena. Now that being the not now that having the belt does not mean you beat Cena, it doesn't mean anything anymore. It's just dump it and replace with the cruiserweight title. At least give the small guy something to do. But that's something else. That's not what we're talking about today. Anyway, uh, back to the back to Y2AJ. The match itself was pretty good. It was good. It was good. No, I'm not okay. It was a really good match. It was a really good match. Pretty great actually. Um, but I can't get over the ending, and I think that's another thing you're gonna notice with the show is that the matches weren't bad. Really, there weren't any bad matches. Like the in-ring work was solid, but I just feel like almost way too many of these matches went the wrong way. If you really wanted to garner goodwill towards the crowd and towards the fans that things are indeed going to get better, people have been leaving. People have not been watching WWE. The numbers have been dropping. The ratings are on a very obvious downturn. And you really want to try to go all out to get your fans back. But that lack of competition, I'm telling y'all, no competition, WWE is just not going to get their head around it. They can't do it. I feel like going corporate, like, really fucked them up. But that's besides the point. We're talking about the car. We're talking about WrestleMania. WrestleMania is shitty too. Um, okay. Next, I think was this Brock v Ambrose? No, it was New Day. New Day versus League of Nation. Um, it was a decent match. The entrance, New Day entrance, was weird. I liked it. Coming out the box of Bootios, and then they came out as Saiyans. They're black Saiyans. I ain't never seen a black Saiyan before, but I'm down with that. Like a good 27% of black kids who grew up in the 90s, or maybe late 90s, maybe. At least at some point try to draw how to figure out a black Saiyan look like. Cause you're like, how does the hair translate, man? Like my hair's like 3 centimeters, like 3 millimeters long or something like that. How's my hairstyle? But anyway, I liked it. The outfits were kind of dumb, but the concept that won me over. They had a decent match with League of Nations. It wasn't anything great, spectacular. It was solid. It was serviceable. It wasn't bad. It was just decent, average match. And then the League of Nations won, which I'm okay with. But it wasn't a title match. Uh, which kind of makes this, it loses a lot of the impact. Because now we know that League of Nations are going to wind up fighting the New Day again for the belts again. So it's going to be another extended feud that WWE likes to do when the crowd and the entertainment factor is just not there. Post match, Mick Foley, Shawn Michaels, and Stone Cold came out, confronted the League of Nations, and then everyone got moves on them. And then afterwards, New Day were dancing with them, and then Xavier got stunned, and yada yada yada. Beers, 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 more beers. I like Stone Cold. Uh, I like Shawn Michaels. I love Mankind, Mick Foley, uh, Cactus Jack. Love, you know, this was shoot in so hard. This was like, let's try to get some legends on this card somewhere, and I feel like it just fell flat for me. Um, and the stunner on Xavier, I get it. Xavier's the guy who's going to take the falls. Uh, but I feel like in this time, You don't want to. You don't want to. They keep on. It's like they're trying to push. Keep. They're trying to get away from having these legends just show up. They're young guys, but it's starting to feel like they just giving up on that and like let's try to just milk them, milk them, milk them. That's why I have Chris Jericho winning at Mania. I guess they thought the AJ Styles wasn't a big enough name, even though it's the thing that makes sense in the long run. They've done too many things that don't make sense in the long run. And it's just killing them slowly, slowly, slowly. Their life force is just dripping out because they go for like this one big pop and it just drains and drains, drains. You need to sustain yourself. You can't eat like if I ate a lobster like once a month, I'd be dead. You don't just take you just don't eat good food once a month. If you gotta eat grits and bologna sandwiches for 7 months, then you gotta do it. At least you'll survive. At least you'll still be there. If you can only eat, if you only, well, I don't want to eat grits. I'm sitting for lobster because I only like lobster. I'll eat lobster. You're gonna die, nigga. You ain't got the money for that. I feel like WWE is doing that same thing with their legends and their, the nostalgia acts. They need to get away. They need to bury the past to get on with the future. It, man. Yeah. Anyways, so I get tired. We have the Divas Triple Threat match, which I think was a good match. It was a very good match. And I feel like Charlotte was not the one who was supposed to win. Mid-match, I could feel like Charlotte's going to win this. I see she's getting emotional and stuff. I'm like, she is way too emotional to be dropping this belt right now. I can see it in her eyes. It's like, nope, she's going to win it. I don't want... I mean, why do Charlotte... If you give the belt to Becky, right? With Becky, you have the opportunity to have, Charlotte go back at it with her, try again to get the belt back. Sasha will be viable. And then with the other women on the roster, you could have had a story with Emma. She finally came back up to the roster. I feel like that would have been a good opportunity to, give Emma a decent feud. You can have Sasha and Charlotte go off on the side, have their own little feud. They need to be able to write more than one sustainable women's feud at the same time. Matter of fact, they need to be able to write more than one sustainable feud, period, at a time. Right now, the only feud they wrote well, was this Divas feud. They hadn't even done anything with the Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens yet, which is, a shame. Dudley's Uso, shit. Ryback Kalisto, no build. Total Divas, who gives a fifth of a fuck? Jericho v Styles, they've had 4 matches. Dean v Brock, yeah, it was okay. Shane McMahon, Undertaker, never explained pretty much anything. Roman Triple H, fuck Roman. Fuck Triple H. New Day League of Nations, who cares about League of Nations? They're not doing enough. They're being too lazy, which is insane because they have so many people who can do very little work. You got like 36 writers up in that back room somewhere up in there. If all of them worked on like one feud, they'd have 36 feuds. If they teamed up, had 2 people working on a feud, they still have a stuff of feuds, man. That's all I'm saying. Triple up, quadruple up. You can get people to write things convincingly. I feel like they're just trying to do everything as a group. All 30 people. Hey, let's all write this one storyline. All right, but I don't agree with that. Like, no, that's dumb. Like, what about this? What about that? What about that? They just do nothing. I'm getting too worked up. Back to the show. Yeah, I feel like Becky could have won or Sasha could have won, and they could have had their own feuds and had Charlotte, tee off with one of them. Or even have, you have options. You have other women on the roster who could, actually do something. Natalya, Paige, Emma, Naomi starting to come into her own. These are the people these are the women on your roster who need to have storyline. I feel like keeping the belt on Charlotte limits that. Because who is Charlotte going to feud with next? Is she going to feud with Natalia? I'm not there's a problem with that, but this is not the right time for that, you know. Is she going to just continue on the feud with Sasha and Becky? More than likely. Mania is supposed to be the time where, you know, it's the season finale. Your storylines end here, and then you go on to your next year's storylines. This just feels like it's a continuation of the same bullshit. Anyway, let's get to that Hell in a Cell match, which came on before the armbar. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I wanted Shane to win. I feel like that would be an interesting way to at least, you know, have a perceived change in here. Taker's streak is over, so it doesn't matter if he wins or loses. I mean, sure, you want to keep this, like, keep it. Yeah, Undertaker's still undefeated. Have somebody run in. Have Taker lose by interference. If you want to keep Taker strong, Taker is 50 fucking years old. It does not fucking matter if he's kept strong. He looks old as dirt, nigga. He obviously can't go like talking about anymore. So you don't have to hide it. You don't have to pretend, no, man, Taker, he's still... No, he's not. Just accept it. Accept it. He's not the same man. But instead you want to protect Taker and let Shane, you know, kill himself for no, you know, change. Even if it's just a perceived change, no perceived change, it's the same. I thought, armbar, the surprise fighters in the armbar. Shaq. Why? I like Shaq. Shaq's cool. Why was he here? People don't actually care about celebrities on these shows. People care about the storylines. You know, Cornette, Russo. Yeah, people don't like Russo. I like Russo. I think he's kind of, I don't know, he's kind of dumb, but he's dumb in the right kind of dumb way. But these people agree, you know, there's too much focus on, like, I don't know, dumb non-wrestling stuff. Stuff that's not wrestling is involved wrestling. And the worst part is the wrestling itself is getting involved with the wrestling. I don't want to see matches that are super sloppy. You know, I don't want to see matches that are super slow. I want to see decent matches. Most important things are storylines. We come here for the entertainment part of sports entertainment, which Vince is right about. You know, sport entertainment. Vince is wrong about everything else because the stories are absolute and total ass. It's ass. There's two asses. One ass right here, another ass right, just ass right there. Man, fuck it. Anyway, armbar. Shaq was in it. He helped. He got himself in the Big Show eliminated for no reason. Just get Big Show out the way. Tatanka, was that? Is that who was in there? DDP was in there. Why? I don't know. And Baron Corbin was in there. And I'm like, Baron Corbin better fucking win. Baron Corbin won. He eliminated Kane, which actually makes things make a little more sense. Because I'm like, on NXT TakeOver, why would Baron lose if he's the young guy that you want to, you know, give a title run at NXT? Well, I'm assuming he's going to be put up to the main roster since he won the armbar. You can't have the armbar winner not be on the main roster anymore. I mean, on the main roster. So Corbin got called up, which I'm assuming means Joey Samoa's not getting called up, and of course Finn will get called up either. So instead of those two, instead of Finn or Corbin, or Finn or Joe, who I assume the loser is going to go call to the main roster, they decided to do Corbin instead. And Enzo and Cass have not been seen for a while on NXT. I think they'll get called up too. So I think that's who they're calling up. Emma's most likely getting called up for good. I don't know if she's getting called for good, but she'll probably start doing split duties, but not as intense. Ryder is IC champion, so Mojo Rawley, sorry, hype bro, But you've been ding dong ditched. But yeah, Baron Corbin won. I'm okay with. I'm very happy with this actually. Mainly because if they do it right, they can build new fucking talent, which is something they should have been doing for like the last 10 fucking years. But they haven't been doing it for some odd reason, relying on nostalgia acts. I'm getting upset here when I shouldn't be. Uh, but I feel like he was convincing. He eliminated. I don't know. He eliminated a lot. He only eliminated like two people. One was Kane. So what he's going to do storyline wise, I'm not sure. But he's come a long way since he started NXT. He's come a long way, and I'm really happy to see. I'm anticipating some good things from the future, unless Zack Ryder loses his Intercontinental Championship belt like tomorrow night on Raw. I mean, yeah, except for tomorrow night on Raw, which point I'm quitting wrestling. Period. Fuck that noise. But yeah, that came on right before what we expect to be Roman Reigns for Triple H. But no, The Rock came out. Cut a promo. Say broken tennis record. Wyatt came out. Then the Wyatts got fucking buried again by John Cena and The Rock. The fuck is this shit? Cena came out from injury just to help The Rock bury the Wyatt family. This is why WWE is doomed to fail. You bring back Cena, who granted is your the face of your company, especially so since Roman is not going so well. But you have him keep on wrecking your face, your heel, who can really be that big heel. We've been wanting a heel that we we enjoy. Kevin Owens, we enjoy Kevin Owens too. But Rock said it. He was like, you have the charisma, you have it. You have the crowd in the palm of your hands, but you're a heel. You gotta do dumb heel shit, and then you get squashed because you're dumb, even though you got the charisma and stuff. I just find it's just like, did WWE know they know what they have, but they're like, I don't know. Like, I would think that Bray has a very good understanding of what he wants his character to be. I'm like, this shit better pay off soon, because a lot of people have already lost their investment. We live in a time where you have information at your fingertips. You can watch whatever you want, whenever you want, wherever you want. I say wherever you want or whenever you want the second time. But anyway, if you want a book, you want to read it, you can read it. You want to stop reading it, you can pause it. You can come back and read at the exact same spot. You want to watch a movie, you can watch the movie. You want to listen to music, you can listen to music. You can do all that. WWE is too slow. We have 12 months. We have 12 months of stories. And these stories each more or less last for a quarter of a year. Seasons are a quarter of a year. A season of a show is a lot more interesting than a season of a wrestling story. Because a season of a wrestling story is bland, it's repetitive. Same matches over and over again, same promos over and over again. And when you draw things out in wrestling, it does not work because we don't want to see this. You want to get on to the next season. The best part is that seasons are fast. Wrestling is fast, high paced. It's a mix between all these different mediums, and they're using the slowest things from each medium, and it's a crawl. But anyway, I'm disappointed in WWE for burying the Wyatts WrestleMania 3 years in a row. Unless this is going to pay off like now. And the main event, Roman Reigns, Triple H. Triple H's entrance was pretty dope. A lot of people are saying, damn, Steph. Back at it. I'm not going to say that. Roman Spears, Steph, crowd popped. Besides that, Roman was booed the entire time. They even fucked up. They even, tweaked the audio and whatnot, trying to die that down. Tried to hide the crowd noise. It didn't work out so well. Cause we everyone knew it. If you understand, like, Roman's going to get booed, Roman got booed. You can hear it. You can hear it in the background. You can hear it, the claps in front of it. You can hear that they adjusted the commentary and the ring mics. It was just dumb. It was not good, man. It was not good. But you know what? I knew it was gonna happen. I thought there was gonna be some shenanigans, but after Bray didn't save Undertaker, or didn't save Shane, and Bray got jobbed out. Uh, Dean lost his match. Shane lost his match. I'm like, Rock already came out. Like, there's nothing. Stone Cold came out already. I'm like, there's no way this ends any way besides clean. And it ended clean. I'm like, fuck you. So yeah, that was my rant. Hopefully, my opportunity to change things, book things a bit better, will go well. Thanks for watching. Fuck.